Welcome to Monday, June 27th, 2022, this Day Weather Podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Cowboy State Daily has more original Wyoming news content than any other news organization in the state. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com and sign up for their daily newsletter. As we take a look at this new week ahead, it's just average. Very average weather for this time of year coming. But you know what? I think anyone out there that's gone through this last 3 months of insane periods of wind, floods, late season blizzards, up and down temperatures, I think a lot of folks will take average. This means warmer temperatures. Boy, it was a cool weekend in some areas. There were many areas in Wyoming, parts of western Nebraska and eastern Colorado yesterday that only reached the upper 60s and low to mid 70s yesterday, but we're going to warm up. We'll continue to see thunderstorms down in New Mexico, parts of Arizona, the Four Corners area, those southern areas here to start the week. Now, as high pressure builds, this is going to keep temperatures more stable. We're not having as many swings in the weather coming, but we do have a weak cool front late in the week that will cool us off a little bit, but it's not as strong as a front as we've seen lately. And as we peek into that upcoming long weekend for everybody, that warm pattern of scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms that can be very typical for this time of year will be developing for the 4th of July weekend, and we'll show you that here in a minute. The water vapor satellite imagery showing that subtropical flow of moisture right here, the thickest down in New Mexico and southern Colorado, some drier air back up here showing in the orange across parts of the Pacific Northwest and into the central and northern Rockies. And this is where that subtropical moisture is going to want to reside here, at least here to start the weekend. Some of that moisture, though, has paid benefits. Look at Albuquerque, New Mexico. 2.14 inches of rain for the month of June. Now, most of that has come in the last week to 10 days. Good news for them. Believe it or not, they're actually above normal now for the year, January 1. And there's more rain coming into those areas. Only 71 high in Albuquerque yesterday. What we need to see is some of that deeper subtropical moisture lift further north into Wyoming and parts of Colorado and western Nebraska that really need the rain. And I do see that eventually happening, maybe by late this week and into the upcoming weekend. Today's satellite photos and those water vapor photos showed you where that high pressure was. It's more centered right here for now, and that's causing that northwest flow, dragging in the drier air from Canada and suppressing that subtropical moisture down here. But as we go through the week, this is Wednesday morning, the high is shifting more to the east. So that's when the door opens on up to a better chance for showers and thunderstorms. There will be a few showers and thunderstorms in extreme southeastern Wyoming today, and parts of the Front Range of Colorado, and the mountains of Colorado and points south from there. Not much going on Tuesday, but as we get into Wednesday, and especially by the end of the week, we're going to see better chances for showers and thunderstorms. Here is that weak cool front that comes in Wednesday night and Thursday morning, kind of knocking down this high pressure ridge. But as we go to the end of the week and the weekend, we're going to see that high pressure expand, allowing the moisture to come back up from the north. This is the precipitation forecast through Thursday afternoon. So you can see kind of the northern edge of the better rain and thunderstorm chances are going to be getting up to just about I-80 and point south. Look at those rains in New Mexico and far southern Colorado, at least that potential. But also we're getting showers and thunderstorms back into Utah, the Wasatch of Utah, and into central and eastern areas of Arizona as well, bringing those better chances of precipitation our way. While it's going to be dry here in California, notice that the Pacific Northwest is kind of settling down up here a little bit. That's to be expected. As the summer pattern gets more established, it's really all about this area and that flow of moisture out of Mexico that will be driving things. Now, this is by Sunday, this upcoming weekend, July 3rd into the 4th of July Monday, with high pressure centered over East Texas, that clockwise flow around the high, the counterclockwise flow around this low is going to just act like a moisture pump, bringing warmer air, but moist warm air into the region. And this is why the chances of thunderstorms get higher in the region by the end of the week. This is the water vapor precipitable water image here for Tuesday afternoon tomorrow. Notice we've got a lot of brown right here, but we've got this patch of green right here coming on up from the south, getting a little bit further north, another dry patch of air here. As we progress through the week, while thunderstorm chances will be lower today and tomorrow, As we get into Wednesday, by Wednesday afternoon, a tongue of that moisture gets further up. So thunderstorms are going to make it further north. This is Wednesday. So as you can see, Thursday, the moisture gets deeper. By Friday and Saturday, expands more northward. It gets up into Montana, gets up into the Dakotas. You can see the Four Corners region, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, deep in the green and blue. And as we get into Sunday, that deeper blue and even some purple here gets further north. So this is where you're going to have the risk of heavier rain producing thunderstorms this upcoming 4th of July weekend. And this is something we'll spend more time with as we get to the end of the week and the upcoming weekend. This is for the 4th of July. That deeper monsoonal moisture gets along and east of the divide, it gets further north, and you're going to see showers and thunderstorms expanding and going into the areas more to the north. 10 days out, basically the pattern doesn't change at all. This is textbook. This is a textbook early July pattern where we have the high in the southern plains, bringing up that moisture. The lows now don't penetrate as far south into the Pacific Northwest anymore, and the main jet stream is riding further to the north. And what this does is causes what we call the ring of fire. With the high centered here, around the moisture flow, around the high, the clockwise flow, you have this ring of shower and thunderstorm activity that is rather persistent day in and day out. The problem we see in this pattern is the heat and dryness could really build in Oklahoma and parts of Texas here, while on the edges of the high, it's more wet. And this is why the likelihood for the monsoon moisture to maybe get further north into the Corn Belt, Nebraska, into Wyoming, South Dakota a little bit more, is probably in our offing late this week into the 4th of July weekend and into the following week. Have yourself a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.